Hello, Twin Flame Collective. Okay, so I am in the middle of doing all of your sign reading. So I was gonna do the Twin Flame check-in, and I'm just doing the Divine Masculine and the Karmic because I feel like most of us are Divine Feminines that watch on the collective. So we're gonna just leave the Divine Feminine out today because the majority of us or ones interested are probably Divine Feminine on the spiritual journey, right? So let's just kind of see what's going on with them, and that way I can do your Twin Flame check-in, and maybe I can talk to you a little bit more about the Karmic than I normally do, and the Divine Masculine if I leave our Divine Feminine collective out just for today, okay? So here's a look at the Divine. Oh, and by the way, my name is Tanya Vargo. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, you may email me at tanya@earthangeleverlasting.com or DM me if you see this video on social media. Most of them are, if any of them go over 15 minutes, they are only on YouTube. But okay, so this is the Divine Masculine towards the Divine Feminine, and this is the Divine Masculine towards the Karmic. Okay, so we have some romance angels, oracle cards, messages, and then we have the future. Okay, and then we have the same on this side with the Divine Feminine. We have romance angels, oracle cards, messages, and then the future. Okay. So right now the Divine Masculine is coming in as, not seeing this relationship, not seeing what's being offered to him at this time. He could be a little bit bored and just not dealing with it because maybe he doesn't know. That's what I'm feeling right now. I actually laid these cards out last night, and so I'm getting a little bit of a different view of it all this morning. But I think he doesn't, this morning I think he doesn't know he could have it. That's interesting. He could be a little bit bored too. That's what this card can mean. They're not mutually exclusive. So there's a possibility he may just need a little tip from the universe that you might still be interested despite all of this nonsense that has gone on, right? Okay, so the Divine Feminine in this reading is coming in as stalemate, right? And this card can mean a few things. It can mean like she just doesn't want another negative thing to happen because she doesn't want any more swords to drop. She doesn't want to deal with any more conflict. Or it could mean that they are so equal in, good and bad traits, that they're literally like two kings chasing each other around on the chessboard, right? So, they're both, I would say, he's not realizing or noticing right now, and she's like, I'm not putting myself out there one more time because every time I put myself out there, stuff goes bananas. Okay, so she's just like, I'm just sitting here because I'm not trying to deal with another round of bananas. Okay, so their difficulties are, legacy, bringing this in, grounding this. It could be that the Divine Masculine thinks he has to have a lot more in this particular relationship to be with the Divine Feminine. It could be that he's just holding back because he feels like he should have like much more money, mucho more dinero, Their similarities are that they are in their heart space with each other. The King of Cups is a very loving man. He's the most evolved of the suit, in the love department and unconditional love and being empathetic. And he's also psychic and intuitive. He loves his family. He loves his wife. He's always committed king, always committed. In their emotions, they have the Star. So some healing is happening here. And at the end of the day, they're each other's hope and the apple of each other's eye. There's just no one greater than them. Like, they are the Star to them. They can walk around and look at people, but just no one compares to them, to each other, okay? In the physical or physically, we have the King of Wands. So we have two king energies coming in here. And this is a great king to have in your emotions. And not for nothing, I mean, if you wanted a physical king, a bounce chicka bounce bounce king, he'd be a good choice. So this king, he is very passionate. He's very ambitious. He's like to a fault. He's a great collaborator. He's a great influencer. He gets people going. He's everybody's best friend. He's the center of attention. On the negative side, he'll argue something to a fault, even if he knows he's wrong. Even if he's wrong, like, he's going to go down on that argument and beat a dead horse to death, right? If he's committed, he's all the way committed. If he's not committed, you know, he'll be like, well, we weren't together. I didn't say that. We're not a couple. So he's like the PM Dawn King, if you're familiar with that song, Set Adrift of Memory Bliss of You. But if he's in, he's in, you know, and he loves his family. He's all about that. Very just like energetic guy. So whatever this means to you, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, you know. Great passionate king to have come in, if that's what you're about. But luckily we always also have the heart space king, so this is a good combo, y'all. Mentally, we're still going over and thinking about some negative stuff that's happened, right? The Ten of Swords is like an energy of, oh, this couldn't get worse. There's like 10 swords lodged in my back. I've been backstabbed. You know, 3 was enough. Did we really have to put 7 more? It can be a martyrdom card, okay? So mentally, we're still going over some negative stuff, even though we're the apple of each other's eye emotionally, okay? So, Oracle cards, he's like, I just want to escape, mind altered. So he's checking out, man, and that could be some of this too. Like, he's just not seeing, or you might, you know, he's just not he doesn't know. He's checked out, right? He's checked out one way or another. However he does that, however he chooses to check out, that's his deal, to just escape. I regretted it the second I saw pain in your eyes, regrets. So he has regrets over the stuff he's done. Like, this king, he can come off as a narcissist a lot, but he's probably really this king in his gushy center. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm drowning in my despair for you. Yeah, this is despair for sure. Like, he's just thinking, holy crap, what have I done? What has happened here? What decisions have I made? What choices have I made? You know, soul cleanse. I've been purifying my mind and soul. Well, here's the deal. This card, how many times? I don't know. Y'all go back and count and let me know. Is this the 4th time, even this week, that this has come out? Like, I promise you, I shuffle and do other readings, and this energy just keeps coming out for him. So he, to me, is really in tune by this point. This is like the 4th or 5th time for him this card's coming. He knows he's a divine masculine at this point, right? For sure. And he knows he's got to clean his act up, or the divine feminine is just not going to let his energy even near her, because she can't jeopardize it. She can't jeopardize it. Okay. So, I see other people in you. So either way, whichever energy, whether this is the divine feminine's energy or the divine masculine's energy, the odds are that there's some people you remind each other of, like maybe a father or a mother, or, you know, a friend or a family member, like things like that. So I see other people in you. So there's like this home feeling probably. You are my lighthouse. So yeah, I just literally said home, didn't I? So, you know, a divine feminine would be a light beacon to the divine masculine, pulling him out of his junk, right? Just pulling him out of his junk. And sometimes that's our job. Okay, I think you are so sexy. So, yeah, back to this king a little bit, and, you know, talking about how we are each other's star, right? Trigger, happy, so unfair. So I'm sure, you know, there's conflict in this relationship if we look at the past, and you know, divine feminines are no one to fool with, man. Probably, and this king isn't either, right? He's not either. Remorse, I know I've messed up and it's killing me. So this is more of this, right? It's more of this, and it's more of this, and this. So he's really, really, really coming out like super sorry. So he really is this king, not as much this king as he really is this king. And I think in the past he's had stuff come out about wearing a mask. Here you go. This is what we're talking about. He is this king, but he comes off as this king. He wants everybody to believe he's more like this when he's really all the way like this with a gushy center, but he doesn't want people to know that. I need to start saving myself instead of everyone else responsible. So yeah, I mean, I have a funny feeling from past readings. He's been taking care of everybody around him and just throwing money around, and, you know, people taking advantage. And he's probably, you know, we've seen he's gone through an awakening a lot. He's probably realized there's a lot of creepers around him. Okay, surprise. I have a beautiful surprise planned for you. Well, goodness gracious, let's do it. You go for it, divine masculine. I'm down with that. Come forward. Fear. Love scares me because it scared me, right? So he's been in love before, you know. He's this king. He's been in love before. He knows what the investment is, and he knows the investment is his heart, and he knows hearts break, and you sometimes just don't know when they're going to heal. And he's probably been working, you know, really thinking in the past, like I think past readings, he was in hermit mode for quite a minute, and he's probably really thinking about if he can invest his heart again, you know, because this king thinks in terms of investments, trust me. Okay, so the romance angels are flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. For real. Go forth with that surprise, divine masculine. Go forth with that. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Yeah, so definitely write out affirmations, positive affirmations. Write out prayers or pray, you know, that you meet whoever it is, whoever this divine masculine is. I would say, you know, if I was praying personally, how I do it is I'm just like, you know, I pray for my divine partner, and then I pray that they're released from any depression, oppression, and anything that binds them, and then I pray for their protection from all negative energies, entities, spirits, people, spells, and curses, and then send them back to where they belong, you know. So those kind of prayers, praying for them to release them, will release them, but it will also release you too at the same time, because whatever you're praying for, you're gonna get it back too, especially if this person really is your your twin flame. So you'll find yourself while you're praying for your divine partner, and I would not use a name personally. If I were you, I'd just say divine partner. You're praying for them, you're going to be released as well from those things if you mean it. If you're coming in earnest and you mean it, and you really want your divine partner to be free and protected, then that's what's going to happen for you as well. You deserve love. You are lovable. So yes, you deserve love. You deserve love. This has been a long road for him. It's been and I know it's hard to feel sorry for him a little bit sometimes, but we got to feel a little bit sorry for him. He is going through his lessons. And you deserve it too, despite all this drama, divine feminine, okay? I know I've been watching the drama. I'm right here with you. I just saw 15:15 on the clock. Okay, so we'll do the divine masculine towards the karmic, right? So he is coming in feeling defeated on this side. Like, nobody wins. There's always conflict, empty victories. Like, maybe there was like an argument or a fight and there was just nobody was a winner, or whoever, possibly the other side of this is that there was a winner, but they were bad. It was a bad winner. Like, the winning was so hollow because it just made winning look bad. Okay. And so he's coming in really defeated. The karmic is coming in feeling as if she's the divine feminine. This is the Empress. She's the mother of mothers. She's the queen of queens. The divine feminine. So this karmic thinks that she is the divine feminine. And my feeling, as I've been reading for a long time, is that she knows the divine feminine is the divine feminine, actually, and she twists herself up into appearing like the divine feminine. She might even copy things the divine feminine does, like her nails or her personality, or, you know, tries to emulate and twist herself into whatever she thinks the divine masculine wants to see, or whatever her interpretation of who she knows to be the divine feminine is, or who she thinks the divine feminine actually is. So my opinion is that she's been twisting herself up to appear to be the divine feminine. And that's why Spirit has stepped in. Like, we've been reading and reading and reading how many times the Spirit stepped in, and it's doing it again. Just saying, the wheel's coming in again, and it's going to finally, hopefully, kick this stuff out, because emotionally there's some clarity coming in for the divine masculine again. Like, it just keeps happening again and again and again. And so I've been watching this and watching, you know, spirits in the physical right now on them. It's a long weekend, you know, those vacations. How vacations can go, right? So she's coming in like, I'm the divine feminine, and Spirit's like, no. I think not. We're really gonna have to clear this up again. So their differences are grounding this relationship, and coming in and making it real, and grow, okay, with an offer here, like an actual offer. They both felt like she, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is an abundant woman. She's one step under the divine feminine, so it's kind of funny that, like, the cards is right under each other in this instance. So she's abundant. She takes care of everybody and everything. She likes luxurious things. She likes money and spending it and stuff like that. And she's great with plants and animals. Very grounded woman. Okay, so they were similar in thinking this is the case, okay? But emotionally, there's been some clarity come in, because in the physical, Spirit has stepped in, Destiny has stepped in, and they're spinning this wheel one more time, right? And here's the deal, mentally, they're moving on. They're thinking about moving on despite all these things. Thank goodness we're finally thinking about moving on, okay? So here we have, I'm so lonely, but I just want to be left alone, isolated. So maybe they are on vacation this weekend. We'll see. Who knows? I don't see the Chariot, so I don't see travel, but this is moving on, and it's in their mental, so it's not in the physical. I'm sorry for turning my back the times you needed me most, betrayed. Stripping down feminine beliefs. So this is like the third or fourth time this card's come out on her side too. And I'm going to tell you, I'm in this collective, and the karmic that I've had to deal with is covered. She's beautiful, like her body wise. And she's covered in tattoos like this. Like, she has a very perfect body, but she's covered in tattoos. Not that that's horrible, but it's just amusing to me that Spirit's like possibly talking to me too. So this card can mean that, you know, we're realizing we have masculine and feminine in us all, right? We're not just one type of energy, right? We have it, we're both, and you know, we're in a constant state of trying to balance it. And it could be just like learning what your role is as a feminine. It could be like learning how to be feminine. It's up to you. But if this is from the divine masculine's perspective, which is how I laid it out, it's just learning. I think he's learning that we have both in us. I fantasize about you every night. Seduction. Yeah. So he's very physically attracted to the karmic. What are you going to do? I dream of you. I think often of wanting to see you. So it looks like he is alone, maybe. Looks like he is alone right now. You scare the shit out of me. Well, here's the deal, okay? In this collective, I've seen like a lot of fights. Like there was one day we saw the Knight of Swords come out like a ton of times, and all this kind of conflict and stuff like that. I don't think this is a good kind of scare the shit out. I think this karmic hits or something. Either she has like a very, and I'm saying she because that's my situation. Like, that's how it would be for me. I'm sorry if, like, I'm not trying to be just this karmic, I think hits or something, or has a temper that's scary. I feel like a ticking time bomb, which it's hilarious that this card came out right under this card. I lay them out as they come out. You scare the crap out of me. I feel like a ticking time bomb. So they're physically attracted to each other, no doubt, but there's, you know, we've seen how many times also in the past the devil card come out, and that's always to do with like ego and you know, anything to do that is like that, you know. So it could be physical fights and cheating and all the kind of stuff that you shouldn't have in a relationship. Your strength inspires me. Nothing matters anymore. I give up. So that's kind of like nobody wins, right? Riddled with guilt and shame. Yeah, so if they're like fighting and things really do get physical, like, you can wonder if you're even a good person anymore, you know. Lonely. I'm so tired of feeling alone. So we have this, and then we also have isolated, right? So I'm thinking he's alone. Maybe they did really move on. Maybe Destiny stepped in, he got the clarity, and he actually for once left. So in the romance angels over here, we have stay optimistic about your love life, let go of control issues, and then we have reconciliation. someone from your past is returning to your life. So this could be the karmic, or this could be the divine feminine. We'll see, because over here we're calling in our soulmate. So we'll see if this is really, you know, a future thing or what. We'll stay tuned, right? So the future. So we have the Seven of Swords, which this is the traditional, you know, F-boy card, but it can also mean, and just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This can also mean like deception, sneakiness. It can mean just like he's sneaky running away, like very sneaky running away from this crap, because she literally scares the shit out of him, right? And he feels like a ticking time bomb. He's got to go. He's just got to go. This was a mistake, right? So he can be just sneaking, you know, slowly backing away from this karmic. The other thing is like this card can mean self-sabotaging behavior. So just whatever it means for you, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. A lot of the cards can have 3 or 4 meanings, and not all of them, they don't have to be mutually exclusive either, okay? So to me, he's sneaking away from what he thought was a happily ever after here, okay? He's resting and recuperating at the moment because he feels left out in the cold, like a door was slammed in his face. And not for nothing, it's probably slammed in this relationship, and he probably doesn't even know the divine feminine would talk to him. You know, he's waiting for his ship to come in with his sorry, not sorry, wish fulfillment, happily ever after. He wants to bring a relationship full circle and complete a cycle with his twin flame, the Lover's card. Who's his twin flame? The divine feminine. So this made me die a lovely little death, because I shouldn't be happy, because, you know, karmics are useful. It's gonna help him learn his lessons so that he can come back and be like committed and understanding of himself and what he wants in his life. But for it to come out that he wants full, you know, complete the cycle with his twin flame. Who's his twin flame? The High Priestess, who's the divine feminine. So right, we have her here, and then it was just like what I was saying. I promise you, all I do is lay these cards out, and I don't start talking and channeling until I do. So she thinks she's the divine feminine, but he's like, no, I want the divine feminine. So in my instance, I'm just snickering a little bit, like, this is so funny, cute. But you know, karmics are useful. You know, if she's smacking him around, or she's hitting, or if they're getting into public fights, or whatever all this craziness is, he's got to come back. Like, he's got to come full circle so that he can realize who you are, so that when he comes back, he knows the difference between you and a karmic, okay? Like, and so he is working hard on that, and, you know, thinking about a way to come in to the person who illuminates him and is his hope. So who is that? Who is it? The star? Her. Her, the divine feminine, right? And this is also a Leo card, if that's important to some of y'all. And so he's going back to the person that illuminates him and is better than everybody, that he just sees as better as anybody. And he is working hard on figuring out how to do that right now, okay? So in their future, we have the World. So here we go again, right? We have the World. He's starting out right here with his feelings towards the divine feminine. And this is what he wants, right? This is his wish fulfillment. He wants the World with his twin flame, who's the divine feminine. So he wants to go full circle, balance out this energy and the nonsense that has happened, come forth as the stable king. So here we go. We've got we got every king in this side that you would want, right? This is the king that is one step under the emperor. Okay, The Emperor is the King of Kings. This is the King of Pentacles, who's the provider, who's the man, who does everything for everybody, very grounded, always committed, okay? So we have right now on this side, he wants to be the provider. He's in his heart space, and he is very passionate and attracted to the divine feminine, okay? Because he's gotten his clarity. So here we go. You know, this Ace of Swords, where was it? It was up here in his emotions with the karmic, right? He was like, oh my God, I've got some clarity and I stripped some stuff out with this karmic. Folks, just be nice. So he got some clarity about who his happily ever after is. This is the 10 of Cups, the happily ever after card. It's a wish fulfillment card. White picket fence, the house, the home, that whole thing. But he feels like left out in the cold right now. Well, and it's true, because he has absolutely no idea how the divine feminine feels, right? So he's resting. This is the Four of Swords, just like he was over here, right? He is resting. I mean, this karmic is giving him a run for his money, but he wants a new beginning as what? The Emperor. So what did I say? What did I say? The King right under the Emperor. So now we have the King of Kings. I want a new beginning as the King of Kings. I'm going to charge forward and balance this all out. I'm going to come quickly with a new passionate and new loving offer. Okay? So this is looking good for those of us on the twin flame journey. You know, your guidance is to just pray for him, okay? He is resting right now, and he's spaced out, and he doesn't even know you would talk to him right now, girls. So, or divine feminines. So, you know, just keep praying him in and affirming him in. I wouldn't use his name. I would just call him your divine partner. And I think things are gonna change. So happy long weekend. I'll see you next time.